Thanks for joining us. This is the Signature TV 30 Minutes. I am Vin Martin Obiora Ilo. In the headlines, Buhari gives military fresh marching orders to end insurgency violence in Northeast. Whistleblower on Nigeria's $25 billion NLC to float new party. And now the details. Two existing political parties, the Labour Party and Zenith Labour with roots in Nigeria's organized labor, have lost their workers' mass following. In their place, the Nigerian Labour Congress is floating a workers-driven labor-protecting political party. Signature 30 Minutes correspondent Damilola Abudu reports that the floating of the new political party was the high point of a one-day NLC youth conference which held in Abuja on Tuesday.
The NLC Secretary Emmanuel Ugbaja called on the youth to stop protests that have neither faces nor known leadership. He said it was a mark of cowardice and lack of commitment to a cause for the youth to take to social media instead of organizing themselves into alternative leadership for the country. He then announced the decision by the NLC to launch a youth-driven political party in 2021.
Of course, it's an all-commerce thing. It's the working people. We're not going to let billionaires hijack our party. It's for everybody. It's an all-commerce party. So no age limit, no money limit. It's our party. You'll be looking out for a party that believes in genuine internal democracy. You'll be looking out for a party that believes in genuine remuneration for the working people, that you don't have to fight to have minimum wage negotiated. You don't have to fight to have health and safety at work. You don't have to fight to have pensions made a priority. You don't have to fight to ensure education is given to the poorest of the poor. You don't have to fight to ensure that health gets to the people. That is the party we intend to put on the platform.
NLC President Comrade Ayuba Wabat said that there was a huge opportunity gap in information and technology in Nigeria, waiting to be filled. Ayuba Wabat, who was represented by the Vice Chairman Lawrence Amici, said young workers in Nigeria must explore and engage limitations and opportunities presented by technology into this world.
The theme for this year's conference is Young Workers, Trade Union and Future of Work. Comrades, there could not have been a better theme. We live in a world where change is no longer slow and steady, but fast, furious, and fleeting. The advancement of technology, especially the floodgates of the internet and social media applications, tools, have built formidable handlers and bridges into the future of work. This development, comrades, has ushered in its wake a huge traffic of dislocations, displacements, and despair. Unfortunately, this is our new normal.
Comrade Waba told the youth that the world was no longer moving slow and steady, but fast, furious, and fleeting. He warned that advancement in information technology was also creating a new challenge for labor, which young persons must brace themselves to confront and challenge. The National Secretary of NLC, Emmanuel Ugbaja, also advised the youth to identify and present capable candidates for elections and mobilize support to create the needed change. Damilola Abudu for Signature TV.
Ebonyi State Governor Dave Umahi says he's ready to face some influential elders and leaders of the state known as Abuja Group, led by former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Chief Anyim Pius Anyim, and former Governor Senator Sam Egu. The governor declared that he would, in due course, publish contracts and other patronage given to the persons that are currently fighting his government. Umahi, who was reacting to alleged gang-up against him by Anyim, Egu, and other People's Democratic Party PDP National Assembly members from the state over his recent defection to the All Progressives Congress APC, lamented that Anyim had in the past fought his predecessors. He urged Anyim to discontinue his plans to fight him, stressing that he would do anything within his powers to fight them back. Umahi, who spoke during an enlarged APC stakeholders meeting at the banquet lodge of the old government house, revealed that he actually planned his defection to the APC together with Anyim, but said the former Senate president backed out of the defection plan because he went and met with President Muhammadu Buhari without carrying him along. The governor said the plan was for Anyim, Egwu, and the National Assembly members to join him in APC 2 weeks after his defection to the ruling party. Meanwhile, the former secretary to the government of the Federation, SGF, Senator Anyim Pius Anyim, has described Governor Dave Umahi as a prisoner of his own greed and inordinate ambition. In an open letter entitled Governor David Umahi on his wild, infantile, and oddly senseless accusations against my person, Anyim said Umahi had made the worst mistake after his latest misadventure by taking on him and other noble and respectable sons of Ebonyi State, who had served and continued to serve the state with resolute commitment, dedication, and integrity. A whistleblower, Dr. George Ubo, says 3 South African-owned organizations operating in Nigeria, MTN, IBTC, and Standard Chartered Bank, in collusion with the Central Bank of Nigeria, have depleted Nigeria's external reserve by over $25 billion. The allegation is contained in a petition filed at the National Assembly by Dr. George Ubo. SignatureTV correspondent Abel Kure tells us more.
By Section 88 and 89C of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the National Assembly is empowered to conduct investigation into any matter of national interest. It also has the power to compel witnesses to appear before it, obtain any evidence necessary in conducting its investigation, summon any witness, and obtain any document. In the exercise of these powers, the House of Representatives Committee on Public Petition has summoned Dr. George Ubo to appear before it on Wednesday, December 9, to provide more insight into the petition on the depletion of Nigeria's external reserve by MTN, IBTC, Standard Chartered Bank, and the Central Bank of Nigeria.
I have been summoned by the House Committee on Public Petition to appear on December 9, 2020. On 2 separate and distinct petitions. One has to do with allegation regarding MTN, failure along with tax and some civilian officials to transfer over $25 billion to the federal government coffers. Now, this was perpetrated via illegal issuances of certificates of capital importation, and the evidences are very clear and convincing. We're talking over 90 pages of evidence.
Dr. George Ubo was the whistleblower on Signature Show who shocked Nigerians with the revelation on the alleged involvement of the former chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Magu, in many financial scandals. Ibrahim Magu was subsequently removed as chairman of the commission and is standing trial before the presidential panel, which submitted its report about 3 weeks ago. Abel Kure for SignatureTV 30 Minutes.
President Muhammadu Buhari says security remains the greatest concern to his administration, and he is committed to ending insurgency in the country. The president has therefore directed the military to root out Boko Haram from their enclaves to end the violence in the northeast. The president gave the marching order on Monday in Maiduguri through his special delegation to Borno, led by Senate President Ahmed Lawan, during a condolence visit to the governor Babagana Zulum. The delegation included the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, National Security Advisor NSA, Major General Babagana Mungono, Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Fantami, as well as the FCT Minister, Mohammed Bello. The Senate President on the occasion admonished the federal government to consider change of security architecture in the country, noting that the current platform is not working. Lawan would say the challenges of the armed forces and other security agencies were poor funding, argued that more funds should be injected into fighting insecurity rather than building roads or other infrastructure where people are not secured. Governor Zulum called for immediate recruitment of youths from the state into the army and police, collaboration with neighboring nations, and use of mercenaries to clear Boko Haram from their hideouts. The federal government says it will empower members of the National Youth Service Corps that venture into agriculture after their one-year mandatory service with a sum of $2 million. The Executive Director, Nigerian Stored Products Research Institute, Dr. Patricia Pesu, disclosed this on Monday while speaking at a workshop on value addition of agricultural commodities for 40 corps members selected from the 16 local government areas of Kwara State. Pesu said the 2 corps members who completed their service in Oyo and Abia states respectively had begun to benefit from the program, stating that they were selected from the last batch of trainees at the Nigeria Stored Product Research Institute. He decried increasing number of unemployed youths in the country and added that a similar opportunity awaited any trainee of the current batch who submitted a promising proposal at the end of the service year. The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Alhaji Moritalo Olarenwaju, while declaring the workshop open, said government had promised to consolidate commercial agriculture through the provision of adequate machinery to assist genuine farmers in advancing their productivity, profitability, and competitiveness. And now for business news. The Minister of Power, Mr. Saleh Maman, yesterday said the federal government has so far connected some 40,000 Nigerians through the construction of 30 new solar mini-grid projects in various parts of the country. The minister, who spoke during a Solar Nigeria event in Kano, where 2 schools and health centers were officially hooked to the solar off-grid system, stated that the projects were completed in collaboration with the European Union and implemented by the Department for International Development, DFID. He added that the ministry will also provide 5 million households with solar home systems under the Nigeria Economic Sustainability Plan, aimed at increasing electricity access and reducing the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mama maintained that the projects will enhance the lives of people through improved healthcare, education, water, and job creation. Mama reiterated federal government's effort to sustain the policy of providing electricity to remote and underserved communities nationwide using distributed power generation with locally available resources. Nigerians have been reacting to the nomination of Nigerian-born attorney and former senior international economic advisor during the Obama's administration, Adewale Adeyemo, as Deputy Treasury Secretary. On the internet, there has been excitement in what many called a rainbow in the sky for Nigeria's dwindling public image. Adeyemo will serve under former Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen, who Biden has nominated, the Deputy Secretary of the Treasury in the U.S. government. Adeyemo is a graduate of the University of California, Berkeley, where he received his bachelor's degree before proceeding to Yale University Law School, where he was the student body president. Before his appointment into the Obama administration, Adeyemo worked as an editor at the Hamilton Project, then served as senior advisor and deputy chief of staff to Jack Lew in the United States Department of Treasury, and later worked as the chief negotiator for the Trans-Pacific Partnership. In 2010, he was part of the team charged to implement a part of the Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, where he served as the first chief of staff of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under Senator Elizabeth Warren. In 2015, he was appointed to concurrently serve as Deputy National Security Advisor for International Economics and Deputy Director of the National Economic Council. He went on to become the first president of the Obama Foundation. The Central Bank of Nigeria on Monday unveiled a new policy that grants unfettered access to forex from diaspora and other money transfer remittances like Western Union and MoneyGram. The central bank announced the new policy in a circular titled Amendment Procedures for Receipt of Diaspora Remittances on Monday 30th of this month, signed by its Director, Trade and Exchange Department, Dr. Ozomena Nnaji. The bank also clarified transactions that are eligible under the policy in line with global best practices. The policy allows beneficiaries of diaspora remittances through international money transfer operators to henceforth receive such inflows in the original foreign currency through the designated bank of their choice. It explained that the new regulation is part of efforts to liberalize, simplify, and improve the receipt and administration of diaspora remittances into Nigeria. At the close of trading on the floor of the Nigerian Stock Exchange on Tuesday, the volume, value, and the total deals dipped after an impressive surge in all the indicators on Monday. All the indicators, the volume, the value, the all-share index, and the total deals on Monday closed blue. However, on Tuesday, volume of stocks traded decreased to 308,180,951 from 450,531,476 at 25.83% fall. Tuesday's value also fell from 4,897,914,189.65 naira to 3,402,641,102.78. This was a 30.53% reduction. However, the all-share index rose to 35,147.62 from 35,042.14, a 0.30% gain. Caverton Offshore Support Group PLC topped the gainers chart with its share price rising from 1 naira 72 kobo traded on Monday to 1 naira 89 kobo, a 9.88% gain per share. Cornerstone Insurance PLC was the top loser among other 21 losers. Its share price went down from 60 kobo traded on Monday to 54 kobo at 10% loss per share. On entertainment, singer Tiwa Savage slams journalists for tagging her brand struggling. Savage has taken to her social media account to slam a journalist, Motolani Alake, over his opinion piece about her career. Alake, who did a music review about her album Celia, described the singer's brand as struggling and stated his reasons. Tiwa Savage's struggling brand and her hilarious endorsement of Mongo Packing was published by Alake after Time magazine named the singer's recent album as one of the 10 best albums of 2020. Alake described Tiwa's recent inclusion in UK Time magazine's best 10 albums of 2020 as Mongo Packing, a term which means a feat achieved through paid promotion, misinformation, and ignorance. Please do well to stay safe, maintain physical and social distancing, and wear your face masks always while going about your daily activities. That is Signature TV 30 Minutes. On behalf of my producer, Obamano Marvelous, thanks for watching. I am Vin Martin Obiora Ilo.